The Project for Awesome 2021. Good morning, Hank and John, and also everyone else. It's Friday. This video comes in 3 parts, much like the parts of a tree. And you know what? Let's go outside and start with part 1, the canopies. Today we are talking about the Arbor Day Foundation, Mr. Beast, and Treebeard. But before we get into that, the Project for Awesome is a charity event hosted by the Vlogbrothers, which is dedicated to decreasing the amount of world suck. And if you are able to give, please click on Treebeard for details. He thanks you, and I thank you. It's a really nice day out, but I think I'm going to move on to part 2, which is the trunks. Which will, in part, consist of poorly shot footage of me planting some trees in my own back garden while I talk about some semi-recent news regarding the Arbor Day Foundation, namely the Team Trees movement. And yes, $1 million donations by Elon Musk, organized by exponentially rising YouTuber Mr. Beast. People watching this will probably remember all that, albeit faintly given October of 2019 was roughly 15 years ago. But a year and a bit later, it's maybe worth taking a look back at that particular effort to inform our decision of whether to give proceeds from the Project for Awesome this year to the Arbor Day Foundation. Well, for one thing, it raised over $22 million so far, and donations are still consistently coming into that movement. Which itself shouldn't be too surprising. The Team Trees movement was started by a bunch of people on YouTube, Twitter, and Reddit who were all memeing about the idea of Mr. Beast planting 20 million trees as a stunt. Proving, if further proof be needed, that the trend of people on the internet banding together to do something bigger than themselves, particularly just for meme value, is not a new concept. And unfortunately for Wall Street hedge fund managers, probably not going away anytime soon either. So far, through the Arbor Day Foundation, the Team Trees effort alone intends to have 22 million trees planted by 2022 and are on track to meet that goal. And this isn't just in North America. 450,000 trees will be planted in Kenya's Kijabe forest to support local water towns. 100,000 trees will be planted in Ireland in coordination with Trees of the Land. And those trees will be planted across both Northern Ireland and the Republic. Even as the British government fails to properly address that border, trees will be planted on either side of it, and that idea really sticks with me somehow. Pun so very much intended. And lest we forget, 100,000 trees are being planted in Sierra Leone's Freetown Peninsula. Maternal care hospitals and reducing the effects of deforestation and dangerous mudslides. The Project for Awesome and the Vlogbrothers community in general can do great things if we decide to. And there's so many interesting things about the Arbor Day Foundation and Team Trees and Treebeard that I haven't even gotten into. Like how the Arbor Day Foundation's founder's last name was Rose now, which sounds like a command to plant more flowers. Or how, after Elon Musk donated $1 million to the Team Trees movement with the tag for Treebeard, YouTube matched that million. Or how Sir Christopher Lee recorded Treebeard song, which includes the following amazing selection.
To the pine trees upon the highland of Dorthonion, I climbed in the winter.
Links for that will be in the doobly-doo. Or how Wendell Berry perfectly captures my thoughts not just on the Arbor Day Foundation, but on the act of caring for nature when he wrote, "The care of the earth is our most ancient, our most worthy, and after all, our most pleasing responsibility." But there's just no time for that, because we have to move into part 3, the roots. With all that said, I legitimately believe you should give to the Project for Awesome this year if you are able, and ultimately we should continue to support the Arbor Day Foundation, both during the Project for Awesome and in general support the ideals it upholds. It was estimated that more than 1 million trees were planted on the very first Arbor Day in Nebraska, and I couldn't find any concrete evidence on that statistic, but I am willing to embrace that idea anyway. For the same reason, in fact, I'm willing to embrace Team Trees as a movement and celebrate it, even if it doesn't by itself offset our carbon footprint completely. A combination of reducing deforestation, supporting political efforts to slow climate change like the Paris Agreement, and supporting representatives who will enact legislation to incentivize businesses to act more green, for lack of a better word, is all very important. And just one part of all that falling short has significant consequences. But every tree planted, every person who is caring for nature and has the resources to do so, that is important. It isn't perfect, but the Arbor Day Foundation is reasonably competent and effective, and right now, to me, that's perfect. Hank, John, anyone else, if you're still here, I'll see you on Friday.